Hello, honey bunnies. My name is Lami Laprine, and I'm here with
Kiroqi.
Vice back.
Yeah, because it's back.
I have nothing planned, but we're gonna post a video anyway. We're gonna do a bottle flip, but right now we're on the bed, and we're just gonna chat. We're just gonna talk about life and stuff.
Life, yeah.
Yeah. How often do you think about death?
Honestly, not that often. I'm not like
That's
the
interesting,
most
actually.
deep person ever, but like, I guess personally, life for me is just about like moving forward, and so I don't really think about death, and like the pause that comes with it. Yeah, I don't know.
I get that. I saw this one quote like yesterday. It was like life can only be understood backwards, but it's only done forwards or something. I don't know if I quoted that right, but I'm just thinking about how like we're all gonna die eventually, and a lot of people, they try to escape that with like finding things to hate or just like finding ways to attach themselves. Yeah, hate is a way that people attach themselves to things. Like, I think that people who are just hate driven, like racist, and just like people who want to like, I don't know, hurt other people, like they're just really scared
They're just
of dying.
siphoning off their energy.
Yeah,
like,
they're siphoning from their energy, and they're
because
really
they
afraid.
have nothing to like joyous going on in their own lives that they
agree.
have to ruin other people's.
Yeah, it's because they're afraid of their own mortality, and they're afraid that they're gonna like die alone. Or I don't even know if that's like the exact reason, but I feel like that's
it's
part
like,
of it.
like definitely a part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like no, people like that, they're so pathetic to me
Yeah, I get
in that sense.
I saw this one reel the other day of like these people were greeting each other and they were hugging in public, and this woman, she had this like very emotionally volatile reaction to like them hugging, and she was like giving them the middle finger, and it was just like a reel, and like
And it's like,
of course the comments were all like shitting on her and stuff, but I don't want to play devil's advocate too much, but like of course she shouldn't behave like that. Nobody who's an adult should behave like that, especially to like other people in public that you don't know.
and it's just a hug, like
Yeah, and it's a hug.
and it's not like hurting anybody.
Yeah,
at
but
all.
the fact that that like triggered her just shows you like
how miserable she is.
how miserable
actually.
she is.
Like,
How like she's very lacking of that.
Yeah, she clearly doesn't get hugged at home. She
Yeah,
doesn't
from
get
a
hugs.
hug.
Like, are you serious?
From seeing other people get a hug, that's so sad.
Like, that's like, people do so much worse shit in public, and if a hug is what sets you off, I don't know. It's like, that's so.
Yeah, that's really sad.
It really is.
Well, I hope she's able to open her heart and maybe, I don't know, find love and find happiness and joy wherever she is and whoever she is.
Maybe get hugged once in a while.
Yeah, bring it in, Vi.
I missed you, dude.
I miss you so much. The performative hug.
No, that was nice though.
No,
Like,
that was a real hug for the
yes.
record.
Oxytocin was boosted there.
But yeah, I think about death way more than the average person, I would say. I don't know. I've always been kind of like, I don't know if that's a very pessimistic view, but I've always just had it at the back of my mind. And like, even when I was like, I've always been a very, what's it called? Existential, like, thinking person. Like, even when I was a kid. I remember, I think what honestly triggered that was listening to Wide Awake by Katy Perry over and over again. No, literally.
Katy Perry specifically?
No, literally, yeah. I think
Holy
because
shit.
that song, because I remember before she was evil, she was like really spiritual and like really, or her music video was really good, but like before she was like not that great of a person.
Yeah, she
like,
turned out to be a freak.
Yeah, that was so disappointing because I loved her as a kid.
Dude, so many new music artists these days, like, or old music artists,
I know, they're
are
just
like,
changing.
have you seen like the Nicki Minaj
I
thing
know,
going on?
Nicki.
Like, most of
That
her
one,
fan
like,
base is like
genuinely hurt.
queer, trans, like gay people, and she's out here on podcasts and stuff being like, oh, boys should just be boys, men should just be men.
Yeah, ridiculous.
It's okay to just be a man. And I'm like,
She's a grifter.
how, right? Like, how can you say
so.
that?
Yeah,
Like,
I think.
you're like, the people who built you
Yeah.
were the queer community.
And she's tearing them down.
And no wonder why she's like losing millions of followers.
Oh yeah,
a day.
she archived her Instagram.
Yeah, she like disabled her Instagram because she thinks that can like stifle the backlash that she's been getting. And she still tweeted though. She was like, I'm just gonna be me.
Do you think it can be undone though? Like
No.
the damage? I don't know. I
don't think so.
She said a lot of destructive things.
Yeah, and she's also, isn't she like in a relationship with like
he's a not great person, Kenny.
Yeah.
Or Ken Petty or something.
Ken Petty. Yeah, I don't know.
I remember she's she's always been a very ego-driven person, and I think that's really what
it definitely hit her ego.
Yeah, it gave her a rise to fame and like success, like just being that I'm the shit, I'm the queen, I'm the like people love that but of course that ego it's gonna like take over you and
if you let
it looks like
it goes unchecked.
Yeah, it looks like that's what happened. I think that's just a little Nicki Minaj tangent. I don't know. Also, when we talk about celebrities, like, it's as if we talk about them like we know them. Because I see myself being really parasocial with Ariana Grande, too.
Oh.
Even though...
Oh, yeah, and
I talk about her so much, even though... And I say positive things, by the way. I'm an Arianator.
I see.
But she's a very interesting person. Just because me and her have a lot in common. She's a Cancer, and she does really witchy stuff. And just, like, the eating disorder stuff, even though...
Yeah.
Just different things like that. I feel like I understand her on a very... She's a theater nerd, too, and just, like, she's a, or what's it called? She's a mimic, yeah. And she's just able to, like, adapt herself to become...
To, like, a different situation.
Yeah, and a lot of people expect her to stay, like, how she was in, like, her early 20s. Like, she's almost 30, and people are like, oh, I miss the old Ariana, Black Iona. But I always never found that, like, very genuine. I remember I actually didn't like her when she was... Or not that I didn't like her, I wasn't the biggest fan when she was in those eras. Cause it just felt like it was just so obviously like her trying to use Black culture to like build to like create something.
Because it was definitely like during that time where a lot of Black rappers and like artists were like popping off.
Yeah, upcoming. I remember it was really during like 2017,
2016 era.
2018. Yeah. There's that little bubble. That was such a
interesting time.
Yeah, that was beginning of high school.
Yeah, for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so long ago. Holy shit.
It feels like it.
Now we're in our 20s.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Now people are calling us unk.
Oh yeah, that's fucking crazy. We're not fucking unk. I feel like the stuff we use...
It's like...
No, we had the coolest...
Dude, it's coming from like 18, 19-year-olds. I'm like, the 20s are creeping up on you too, brother. Like, it's... You're gonna breathe, and then you're gonna be 20. Like, you're gonna be the same exact age as us. So to call us unk is crazy.
I'm not scared of getting... Are you scared of aging, getting old? I'm scared of looking old. I'm not scared of... the number getting higher.
That part I'm not scared of, but what I'm scared of is like the degradation of the human body. Like, you know, dementia.
When you said
your
that,
eye loss, your vision gets worse, your hearing gets worse, cognitive thinking gets worse, and it's like I don't want to age to the point that like I'm losing myself and like the core
That's
things
all
that make
preventable,
me me.
though. I think it's all preventable.
It is preventable.
Yeah, or
things like dementia, exercise definitely is like the number one or like one of the highest preventable treatments for dementia is exercise.
Vi's a psych major.
Oh yeah.
I think we should all make an effort to like not really or to just maintain and like sustain our bodies because.
Yeah. I agree.
Sometimes I look at people and I'm like, damn, how'd you let that happen to yourself?
It's a matter of lack of discipline.
Yeah, and just not even wanting to like put effort into like caring about your body.
Right, and like the lack of self-improvement, self-care, that also is really sad to me. I'm like, I don't like seeing people lose themselves and like it gets to a point where like some people like trap themselves in like their own body becomes a prison, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's...
And I'm like,
that's so scary.
Insane to me.
Sometimes it feels like that with me. My body just feels heavy. This is usually when I get a little depressed, though. It feels like it's a prison. And... sometimes it feels like my mind is like an inescapable maze as well.
I agree with that. Like, it's definitely hard navigating mental illness and things like that. Yeah, I get that. Being mentally ill. Actually, we're mentally healthy.
We're mentally
We're on the
ill.
track of.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
We're not sick. I don't think I'm sick anymore.
I am on the road for treatment, so I think I'm doing better.
Yeah, part of getting well is just telling yourself you're not sick anymore, though. Like, just not feeding it anymore. Because it's
It
a
is
little
mentality
cycle.
thing, yeah. Like, some people, like, I definitely have been those times, like, especially when I'm depressed, and I will just lose myself, and I'll, like, think, oh, I'm depressed, so I need to show that I'm depressed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and this, like,
But then it
symptoms
becomes
get
like
so much worse.
Yeah.
And it's like, clearly I'm not, but it feels like, oh, I'm not depressed enough. People can't see that I'm depressed enough. I need to make things worse.
Yeah.
So then my struggle and my suffering is palpable. It's something real. And
Yeah.
it's affecting me. It's a cry for help.
I used to have, when it was really bad, or it was obvious, but I just didn't really ask for help. But that's another thing I'm really bad at, or I used to be really bad at asking for help.
I think in that sense, I've definitely caged myself off, and I have a bad habit of doing that now, even nowadays, like reaching out for help. And I think a part of that is like, in my brain, like even though being mentally ill, having mental struggles, and that isn't necessarily constituting you as being weak.
Mm-hmm.
In my brain somewhere, it like
Yeah, me too.
it makes me feel like I'm weak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like I need to be strong, but like, you don't need to be strong 24/7 to
I get that.
be a strong person.
A lot of the stuff I feel like I've built for myself is like armor, or like just a way for me to like to compensate for the feeling of weakness.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like, yeah, no, I've done the same thing where I would just put myself away. I wouldn't allow intimacy and friendship and love into my life because I thought those are the things that would hurt me the most. And it kind of, yeah, on one hand, it definitely
being
it can
vulnerable
be,
is
it's a double-edged sword. There is beauty in being vulnerable. Like, to have vulnerability is to be human.
Yeah, and just to be able to express your emotions freely.
Mm-hmm.
But you're your own, or your mind is your biggest critic. I'm thinking about how that little voice in the back of your head that tells you that like you're all those negative things. Like, it also gives you a sense of purpose. Like, because you know that all that stuff is a lie. Like, it's all like, because that one quote, "The devil is a liar." Like, that little voice, or the devil on the shoulder, like that's whispering all that stuff.
Terrible things.
Yeah. I see it as something that gives me a form of purpose to like
work forward.
Yeah, just to prove wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Like, it definitely can. It is, but it's only if you have a progressive mindset too. Like,
definitely.
If you let yourself, be stagnant, and you really listen to those voices, then it can drag you down further. Mm-hmm. But if you have a progressive mindset, then like you can use that as a motivation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
Like as a drive to be a better person, to develop yourself. Mentally, physically, socially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all good stuff.
Are you feeling it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it. My vision is also getting a little blurry, but these contacts are really old.
How old are those contacts?
I use them until they stop working, so I think, literally.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, they're probably like a year old.
That is not.
This is a little blurry.
Oncology recommended.
Yeah. They're kind of gross, but it's whatever. Okay. Embarrassing stories! I'll go first. So, this one's real bad.
Really?
I've already told you.
Oh.
It's the one that, like, I got dropped in. But anyway, so it was 1 week after a very traumatic thing had happened to me. This guy, we used to just hang out and we never really, like, became anything. He ended up getting a girlfriend. This was, like, back in college, like, 2023, beginning of 2023. He ended up getting a girlfriend second semester, and then he ended up inviting or I don't know what happened, but something happened that I ended up there at his girlfriend's party. And of course, like my mind, it was still very shook from that traumatic thing that had happened to me a week prior. And I was still very, oh my goodness, I was just not in the best mental state. And I honestly shouldn't have gone. But that party, it was a red room party. And it was like a,
Oh, I guess I remember.
yeah, we were half naked. We were all in lingerie. It was for this girl's 19th birthday. Yeah, the girlfriend that I said. And of course, my mind, I was very self-destructive. I just wanted to drink, drink, drink. And I drank too much. And I think this person who's no longer in my life, they said something that made me laugh. And I had a seltzer, and of course with seltzers, they're like the bubbles.
Yeah.
So I had laughed, and then like a little bit of vomit, like I threw.
Oh, yeah.
It was a little bit on my sock, and it was a surprise to me. So I was like, oh my god, I threw up. So I went to go and wash it off quickly. But of course we were already a little bit, it was starting to hit us and stuff. So as on my way to the bathroom in her bedroom, I was like, all the feelings were resurfacing, all the memories, and I was just starting to remember all that stuff, and I was just overwhelmed, and I started crying, like actual real tears, and it was just a very dramatic and like very chaotic thing, because this is still in the beginning, and it was like a very close-knit kind of party. I think there was only like, there's less than 20 people there, or at least 20 people. And the guy who invited us, he was there. He was trying to comfort me in the bathroom, and it was just, that was a whole thing. That was like one thing on itself, but there was nothing weird happened there. But anyway, yeah, later in the night I ended up drinking more, and I threw up again. And I think I threw up like at least 10 times, like non-stop, and it was very, very, oh my god. And my crush was there, and he tried to save me, or I don't even know what the fuck I don't even know what he was trying to do, honestly, but he picked me up while I was like laying in a pool of my own vomit, and then because I was slippery and because I was like half naked and like because it was a red room party and everything was that was like awful. He picked me up and then he dropped me in it. He dropped me in my vomit, and then I just laid there for like, I laid there until I felt sober enough to move, and then I felt sober enough to move. I started like crawling, and I called, and I don't even remember what happened, but I remember I spent the night at that party or at that apartment, and I didn't even know that girl.
Damn, that is a crazy story. I'm not even gonna lie.
That's not even
a lot of vomit. Yeah, I mean, okay, that reminds me though. So I was going to see Barely Human, and I ended up completely missing the concert because it was only an hour long.
Oh.
Yeah, like the opener was like apparently only like 15 minutes, and we thought the opener. Normally openers, they take an hour. You know what I mean? Like, or like an hour or so. So we're like, oh, okay, we have like an hour to chill, and then we can go to the concert and like we can get ready. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, no, it started at 9. The concert ended at 10. We got there at 10. And they were like, oh yeah, the concert's over. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, that would. Did you
It was
guys
so
pay?
sad.
Did you get money
Yeah.
back?
No, we did not get our money
No,
back.
wait, how much is he? He's expensive, right?
It was kind of expensive, yeah. It was like $40-$60.
Yeah, because Barely Human's getting popular.
It is getting popular. And you'd think the discography is like big enough so that like you can host like a full concert. But yeah, no, apparently not. But that's not the part of this. That's not the entire story though. But yeah, so we were like, okay, so we're dressed cute as fuck. It was me and my friend, and this guy I was seeing who dropped me off. We chugged. Okay, so specifically, so he gave. I had this bottle of like tea, and I made like the shittiest mixer drink possible. It was like a little bit of Calpico, some black tea.
Hearing that makes me want to vomit.
And then it was and this is the part where I probably whoops. But I was like, okay, just keep pouring until you think it's good enough. I told him that the guy I was seeing at the time, and he was like, okay. He pours in. He's also like a heavy drinker as well, just like me. And he pours in a shitload. I'm talking like maybe 6 shots worth of gin.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 6 shots worth of gin. It was a lot of fucking liquid.
That's gonna make me nauseous.
It was like a good, actually it was probably under 6 shots, maybe 4 shots. But like, it filled up a little over a third of the bottle. And I remember chugging that entire thing within like a minute once we were like pulling up to the venue, because we can't have drinks inside the venue, because most venues don't do that. You know what I mean? And so I finished it all, and then obviously we didn't see the concert, so I went over and we were just like, okay, we're dressed cute as fuck. The fuck do we do? We're gonna go to a bar. We're gonna go to a club. We're gonna go to a bar. It's gonna be fine. So we went to this bar, and there's this oldish guy there. He was maybe like 50s, and he ended up talking to the guy I was seeing, and he was like, oh, let me buy y'all drinks. And I knew the bartender as well. The bartender, I knew him, and he was my friends with benefits at the time. And so he just kept giving us drinks. Like, the old guy, he just kept buying drinks, and they were tall drinks. They were like this tall. Ooh. And it was like of this red, I don't even know what it was, but it was, I think it had vodka in it. It was like this red drink, and I'm taking note that it's red, okay? So that was fun, and I was feeling buzzed at the time.
I can already tell where this is going.
Yeah. So then we ended up going to a ramen shop, because that was the only thing open, and we were eating midway, and actually, we were eating midway, and I just stand stock straight up, and I'm like, I don't even say anything, because at this point, I'm feeling it hard. Mm-hmm. Like, he gave us several drinks. I drank a shitload of gin earlier, from, before the concert, and it was all hitting me like a truck. But I didn't want to be a buzzkill or anything, and like, normally I can handle my drinks. Yeah, no, this shit got me fucked up though. I stood up, and then the guy I was seeing, he was like, oh, are you okay? Like, oh, the bathroom's this way, but he wasn't showing me to the bathroom, because my other friend, who I went to the concert with, she was already in the bathroom. So, and I think I knew this. So I just, like, without saying anything, I just stood up and I just walked, beelined it towards the door. He follows me outside, and I throw up, like, right outside the door. Oh, and he's trying to hold my hair.
I don't like when guys are around me when I'm vomiting.
Yeah, it was okay. Like, it was a cute moment, I guess.
Yeah.
But he was trying to hold my hair, and this is the point of the story. I look down at it, and I'm like, it's red.
Oh my god. I thought that was just like a brain regress moment.
Yeah, it's red. Yeah, because obviously it was fucking red. I drank a shitload of red drinks, and it was bright red. Luckily, the food hasn't been like fully digested or anything, so it wasn't chunky. It was just straight red, and that's the story. Like, we ended up going home later on once we finished our food, and he was taking care of me the entire night, and I was like, okay, that's great. But yeah, no. I threw up in front of him, and it was really fun. And the only thing I could say was, it's red.
It is red. Many things are red. What do you think happens after we die?
Oof. That's a heavy-hitting question. Like, that's a philosophical ass question right there. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna lie. Do you want to start off with that?
Yeah, I like these ones because it gives you a lot of creative freedom for like the answer. Mm-hmm. But I watched this movie called Eternity recently. It's about how this woman in the afterlife, she's forced to choose whether she wants to spend her eternity or the rest of her afterlife with her husband that she lived with until she was an old lady and died, or her first love who died really early on in her life. Mm. And she's just forced to like choose between them. And that movie is just very beautiful. I recommend everybody watches it. It made me cry. But I'm just thinking like if that's the version, because in that version, the afterlife was just like different rooms or not really even rooms, but just like different like dimensions. And some of them are like, okay, like there are like outdated ones, which I thought was really interesting. I wish they spent more time on that. Like there was one that was like the Marxist eternity, and I was wondering like what that could look like. Or there was one that was like what's it called? Yeah, it was just like really out or stuff that's I don't know. But another one was like the good old fashioned one, like heaven, and then like another one was like beach or like library world or like I don't know. It was just different things like that, and I was just wondering like if that's how eternity looks, like that would be really cool. If it was just pitch blackness, that wouldn't. I mean, that would be something. I don't even know. Like, I personally don't believe that that's what happens. I believe that we just go back to the collective and we become everything that is, and we just drop our bodies and
I see.
yeah, become God.
That's honestly a really cool way to think about things. I think very pragmatically. I'm not very spiritual. I think you know this.
Yeah.
And I don't know. At least personally, I think that our consciousness is our mind and our brain. And once our brain stops working, once we enter brain death, that's kind of just it. Like, that's where it stops for me. Like, whether that's like eternal darkness or something. There's actually a drug that
DMT.
DMT, yeah.
Yeah, that's what will happen. That's what
like
some
the
people
final
think that,
chemical.
yeah, some people think that that's what.
It's the closest thing that you can feel to death. I took DMT.
Yeah.
Yeah, accidentally.
I don't think
it was
I
a
want
DMT
to.
cart. Yeah, I thought it was I thought it was like a THC cart. For some reason, I thought they were like. I was just like, oh, DMT. Like that's like a strain of THC, right? Yeah. Because like there's like different strains of THC. I know I think Japan, there's since THC isn't legal there, they kind of altered it to a similar strain, and it's called like AHC or something like that. It's a different chemical, but it's like very chemically similar to marijuana, so it's a loophole. That's how they can get it in. But I just thought it was that, and I was like, okay, cool. So I was taking hits off of it, and I was like, and honestly, it didn't feel like anything for me. Like, I felt normal. I felt like, maybe because it's like the placebo effect, or like, not the placebo effect, but like similar wise where I think it's THC, so it's gonna work like THC, you know what I mean? So I just felt like a little like I felt kind of high, but I wasn't taking too much of it. But it didn't hit me until like months later, when I'm like, oh my god, the dude's cart I took was DMT. That's not the same thing at all.
At all.
And it's actually a lot of people's nightmare. Like, I saw these like TikToks, and that's what like prompted me to think. I was like, oh shit, that was DMT. But it was a TikTok of this girl being like, oh, what's in this? And it was like a pen. And you're like, DMT. And then she's like,
Oh my god.
yeah. And it's like a nightmare that some people are, like, fucking given DMT instead of THC. And I was like, oh, it's kind of similar to my. Actually, I did that. That's exactly what happened. I was like, okay, yeah.
I think I'm gonna stay away from DMT because like,
don't do it.
Yeah, no, because when we flatline, like I don't want to be like, oh, that was my sixth best DMT trip, because like it's gonna happen.
Yeah. This shit was weak.
Yeah.
Mid as fuck. Death is mid.
Death is me. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And that's all for this video, guys. We're gonna go chill. Bye bye. How much? That was 31 minutes. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for your patronage.